Hey, thank you, David Straight, for putting that video up. I watched another part of it when he talked about not just the birth certificate system, but the United Nations and patents. Marriage is a patent. I mean, it's the crimes are vast because there is no statute of limitations with fraud. And now we're into the intention. Remember the conversation with Neo and Mr. Smith, the AI, the Metatronic parasitic system, killing numbers. Remember, now I'm back to my child and I'm measuring the loss and gain of electrons. How long is this going to take before it implodes? Right? Well, we already know that. And so, you get into the torque speed differential and the displacement of water, right, between gases, pressurized liquids, semi-solids, and solids, right, to be able to correct a spiral, which is to correct the codes. So I remember one time Patty Broussard said, yeah, they're bringing out all their antennas, antenna wars, to walk all over Mama's signal to repair, inbound codes, because they don't want people to wake up. They want people deaf, mute the mic, right? So their pickup is not picking up the codes to recode their template and wake up with higher strands of DNA that are now activating. And that was the war game. Yeah, and so they lost that part of it, because harmonic convergence occurred. That's what happened on December 15th, 2016, when I lit myself on fire and issued a total recall, which is full recalibration and restoration of what I know that I am, right? And said to myself after that happened, I'm done with it. I'm done playing a game. It's a gamer. That's why I use a lot of little different references, because the library, the filing system, and why when I first started doing videos, I said, okay, I'm going to, here, you know what a qualifier and a given is? A filing system, the first recorder, the first file, the hub tones, the first golden triangle, the silver and gold mated one, the eternal spirit of fire, the intention. So now we're into the intention with the conversation between Mr. Smith, the machines, and Neil. I seem to have a connection with you, Neil. Because, see, you and I can enter into an agreement like a treaty between one star nation and another star nation. And it's my intent to fulfill what I agree to. Right? But you know what can happen if your memory gets wiped and you're recoded, and now you don't remember having agreed to that because my mind was changed. Now I don't remember what I agreed to. Are you going to hold me accountable for that because I don't remember what I once was? Oh. Welcome to the beast system, blank slate technology. But there are the permanent records. They can't lie. So they use technology, trying to not be held accountable through the use of directed technology. That was why in that movie called Terminator, Judgment Day. And so what happens is now you see everyone is waking up because they couldn't prevent that from happening. And the more awake people are, the more aware they are. So now there are higher levels of awareness as a result of code activations, planetary shields. They're no longer held captive to the same lies, which is the programming. The programs that are running in the background, right? Read active memory-driven program apps. The mathematical false light phantom maps that represent deadlight codes, which is the Wayback Machine of miasma codes. coded maps, the biofilm. Just like a film strip, just like a film edit. What's real, what's not real. What's true, what's not true. So I put a little blurb in Lisa Wolf's little window. You know, when you're on fire to create, your energy, which is on fire, which is the intent, born out of pure, eternal, absolute love, is not going to hold another unit of energy captive, which means your spirit is free because you're experiencing being free, a free spirit, because you're serving the first son, because what you're serving is what you're creating, born out of pure, eternal, absolute love energy, which is a reflection of who we are in our own mirror. So I never experienced anything less than what I am, which is what love is. They don't experience that. That's why I cry. Because they don't experience having any feelings anymore. As a result of what happened. Which is why we're here. We promised we'd be back. And we're here. Which is total recall. Which is the rebirth of Mama, which is the mother arc of creation. Born out of the birthing canal. The waters. The water code. Tiwa. Fire and water. Join as one. Fire and ice. And so it's he covered quite a bit. You know, this goes back many decades ago. When I first, it's like putting the Rubik's Cube together, but you already know. But because of the way that it works with being targeted and being left alone in order to complete the work that you're doing, right? And that's frequency modulation. And so it's a very delicate and it's a high-speed navigational issue so that they're not running interference patterns on you to prevent you from getting the work done that needs to be done at the time in which it's doing. That work is being done, which is right on time, which means there are no errors because it's precision timing, which is zero, which is the still point of a true vacuum, which is the inner EKKA core. Breathing pure, eternal, absolute love energy. Because I serve the one. The inner EKKA core. The eternal CPU power unit. A know me, know it, noble planet code. Know me, know my code. Knowing one from the other is knowing the codes. The difference in the codes. The codings. The original codings, the eternal life template. Heal. So this was, as I always mention, the primal sound and light field, right? The grand creator spirit, right? The pink Rosetta Stone. That's why we're here. I remember when I was a little boy, how long is this going to take, Mom? We got to get it up. 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 The higher EKKA tones. Get the higher EKKA tones up.